Yo, what's up? Oh, check this out. What is going on? This is not for day 176. This is for day 163. No, it's not what you thought. What is on your mind, mate? Anyways, it was Citrulline Malate. Good stuff. Gives you the tingle wingles and is generally used in a lot of pre-workout supplements. I take it more so directly, so I don't have the other fillers and other crap which are inside normal pre-workouts. So try and get only the good stuff, and also I've been taking it on a lower dose to try and see if it makes any changes with my pre-existing sort of hypertension. Yes, I've got slightly higher blood pressure, not overly due to body weight, unhealthy eating, excess salt or anything like that. It's a bit of a genetic, hereditary sort of passed down from my family. So unfortunately I have a genetic predisposition to hypertension, which is not good, but there are things that I can do to improve, prevent, reduce it. Cardio is one of them, but I don't like doing cardio, so trying to counter it with other stuff, such as sort of when I work out a little bit harder than I need to work my heart, essentially. Anyways, at the gym, decided I would go for a maximal effort on the straight bar. I don't actually think I've done 50 pull-ups on the straight bar before. I've always done it on sort of, at the gym, I should say. I've done it at home on a straight bar, but I don't think I've done it at the gym on a straight bar. I've done it on the sort of pull-up bar, which is a part of the power rack. But yeah, don't think I've ever done it. So yes, I was successful with my 50 pull-ups on this occasion, and I was pretty excited. Haven't gone back to this gym for quite some time, and have changed a lot of things around, which is good because it's a little bit more spacious now. Slightly less equipment, but less crap in the way, less people in the way, and so much better. If I was lifting heavy ass weights, I wouldn't like this gym because the platforms are it's just not made as solid as I'd like if I was lifting heavy ass weights, because you can slightly feel some movement with the platform itself if you're lifting heavy weights. So anyways, I reckon there was a couple of chicks who were like, they walked past me, then they walked past me again, and I reckon they were checking me. There was a bloke doing squats, and he was, I think he was surprised that he'd gone through 2 sets of leg press. Sorry, not squats, leg press. And essentially I was still doing my pull-ups after his 2 sets. So he gave me a bit of a look. He looked all serious, and I had my focus face on, so he looked away. Anyways, it felt pretty good. 50 pull-ups, no problems at all. So in addition to doing my pull-ups today, I also decided to do some incline dumbbell bench press, my usual push-ups, which I didn't record, and I did some shoulder presses, which I also didn't record, and some stiff-legged sort of Romanian deadlifts, which I did record, just so you can kind of see what I do with them, and what it's sort of targeting as well, and the importance of doing your posterior chain of your lower body. Super duper important, and you should also do glute bridges. So good for you. Anyways, a lot of guys in particular don't like to do them because it's a bit of a chick movement. It's a bit of a, the hip thrusty, humping the air type movement, but super good for your glutes, super good for your hips as well. All right. So I'm just sort of describing and showing different heights and angles of the bench itself. So as you were asking about this, so I've just got some angles here and the height of them, and you can kind of see it from the camera view, but this is probably around 30 degrees, which I think is kind of optimal for inclined dumbbell press and also bench press. The reason why I like to go a 30 versus 45 is because it just feels a lot safer on the joints. You don't have that sort of shoulder impingement and so forth. It's just a little bit nicer. Just demonstrating how to get the weights up by utilizing your legs. Don't try and muscle it up, because you're going to injure yourself, especially if the weight is heavier than what you can essentially handle in terms of bringing the weights up. I utilize a bit of a kick sort of jumping motion on each leg, and I flick it up to my shoulders and lean back. And to finish, I reverse what I've started like that. That way you don't have to smack the weights onto the ground, make loud noises, unless you're going for PBs and stuff like that. Even when you're going for PBs, you should try and avoid making loud noises and stuff like that as well. Of course, if you're at a hardcore gym and it's all good to make noise, then go hard, go your hardest. That was just a quick little example. And once again, just showing from a different angle, the angle of the bench. This is the same as what it was in that previous clip, roughly 30-ish degrees, which I really like. Once again, I may have muscled it up only because it isn't a heavy weight. It's roughly 15 kilograms. I'm lowering the weights to a comfortable level to what my shoulders are appreciating. And also, depending on where your elbows are positioned, if you are bringing your elbows a little bit close to your body, you generally can bring the weights a little bit lower. Wider, if your elbows are sort of flaring out a little bit more, obviously if you are bringing the weights a lot lower, you're going to put some extra stress and strain through your shoulders, and can potentially injure your rotator cuff there. As you can see, I put it down in a different manner opposed to putting on my legs. I'm just describing also the arch in my back was only very minimal. So there's a slight arch, but not a lot. Essentially, I can get my fingers in, and that's about it. Nothing more, nothing less. So this is just another view for doing the incline dumbbell press. You'll notice that I'm probably not on the bench as even as I'd like. I'm slightly flaring to the left a little bit, but you kind of get a picture of the depth which I'm going down to, the angle of my elbows, and just making sure that I'm comfortable with it. So I'm going just below my actual chest itself. Well, in terms of my elbows, I'm going below my chest. So imagine if you're doing push-ups, you're going a little bit lower than sort of 90 degrees from your elbows. Whew. All right, so that's just a different view for doing the dumbbell presses. Now I'm just upping the weight a little bit more to show you the movement when not lifting lighter sort of warm-ups weights. So actually walking to grab my weights, I have to walk a fair amount of distance for the 30 kilogram weights. And let's be honest, I haven't lifted this amount of weight for quite some time. Last time I lifted 30 kilograms dumbbells for incline press, I don't think the hotel had 30 kilograms. So this amount of weight last time I did it was probably in December last year. So surprised I was able to do it. I didn't go for a lot of reps because I don't want to have too much of a delayed onset muscle soreness. As you can see, the flick up motion, lower back is an overly slight arch to ensure my scapula, my upper back is flat against the bench. As I'm breathing, my body changes a little bit, but still not rocking too much, making sure I get some good air into my lungs. Allow the weight to control as much as it wants to go down, and reversing back to how I started to lower the weight back down, and standing up just as easy as that, and struggling to walk back with them. Just safety. You don't look like a cockhead, and you look like you can actually control the weight safely without injuring yourself or others around you. So finishing off with some Romanian deadlifts, stiff leg deadlifts, but legs aren't that stiff, so I'm going with Romanian deadlifts. This is essentially to target my hammies. People would think, this is a back exercise and so forth. Straight up hammy and glute exercise. I don't think it's anything else, providing you're doing them correctly. You'll see my hamstrings are stretching out significantly and having a nice little contraction as I hip thrust the air right there. Now, I used to do stiff-legged remaining deadlifts quite often, and I believe that that's how I essentially improved my grip strength quite a lot to allow myself to monkey bar around and so forth. Or because I monkey barred around, I was able to have a good grip strength for my dead stiff-leggeds, remaining deadlifts, whatever. Anyways, that's all for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out and work out, and don't do cocaine. Take citrulline instead. Peace.